There we go. And we're in. Good afternoon, and I'm just coming on to tell you about exercise and menopause. Menopause, health, and fitness and wellness is something that is not talked about enough. And on the 18th of October, we have World Menopause Day. So I am going to try and spread awareness, help other ladies with some questions that you might have on exercise. So during the menopause, we know that many things can happen in changes in the body. Not all of them do. It's around 34 symptoms, but not all of them happen to everybody. But you may feel some of these: extreme fatigue. It's while you're going through these hormone changes. Extreme fatigue, muscle aches, joint aches, and hot sweats, that type of thing. And a need to have a little rest, probably a bit more. You may have food cravings as well, and we'll talk about that, how that is affected by exercise as well. So we're just going to go for 3 do's and 3 don'ts today on that. And so the do's we want is that make sure that you are taking enough rest, that you are doing that. When you begin an exercise routine, you have to take that into a big consideration when you're going through the menopause stage, because of this fatigue that you may have. Because in those phases, you are more susceptible, if you are pushing yourself and you are tired, to be injured, and also dropping your energy levels down even further. Your recovery will be inhibited, and you will probably end up having more soreness and more joint pain by doing that when you're tired. You must understand when you are tired. So the number 1 is do take more rest. Do have that. Understand when you need that rest in that. Number 2 is do choose a variety of different types of exercise for you to do during the menopause. This one is a bit of a grey area, I feel, because I feel that it should happen all the time. We do tend to go, as we're going through life, and decide we're going to run a marathon, or we're going to do fit pro, elite athletes, that type of things, and they are fantastic. But when you're going fully immersed in something, you can tend to lose sight of the other needs that your body is asking you for. So as we're talking about menopause, we'll fast forward to the menopause there, but it's something that I think you should look at these 3 things, at least the 3 things, if not the 4th. So we need, when we're going through menopause, as I said, you will have bone density has a tendency to decline faster in the menopause phase than it did before in your life. So it's important to begin to do some strength training if you haven't done some strength training before. Okay, so that means, doing some weights, starting if possible with a coach to do some weights. Weight training, if you've never done it before, can be a little bit intimidating for some ladies, and getting the right type of weight training is important. Otherwise, you can, if you're doing a lot of repetition training in using weights, it can tend to incur more injuries. So strength training really is less reps and more weight, and that's what we're looking at in that. And you have to build up to that, though. You can't just go in and do heavy weight. You'll have to build that up. So there's a certain kind of base training that I'd advise you to do before you start lifting heavy. We tend to put people on a lower weight, higher rep to start, supervised, planned, and then we would reduce the reps and go into more of the higher weights as we go on, manageable for your body. So we need that for bone density in the menopause. And that's really good. And you need your strength as well. And it does help with any muscular soreness and joint pain, as well as you're going through that menopausal phase. We want to make sure you're getting your flexibility too, because your range of movements can start to be limited as well when you are postmenopausal, menopausal. So we need to look at either doing more stretching in yoga, join a yoga class, or you're going to make sure you're stretching to return your muscles to the full length. Because obviously if the bone density is reducing, then your whole system will be needing to be at its best, because your posture will be starting to change with bone density reduction. So when your bone density, we're going to stop that with the strength training, okay, but we still need to make sure we're doing that flexibility work as well, because as I say, your posture will change over the years, we're not talking immediately, but over the next 30 years that you're looking at. So it's important, if you didn't start your flexibility or if you didn't start your strength, to start those things in this phase and start to move forward, but slowly and progressively if you've never done it before. What's the next one? The next one's cardiovascular health, okay? So we're at higher risk as well with estrogen falling and of cardiovascular compromise, and we need to make sure that we are doing our cardiovascular work and start to do that. And so that would be anything. So from a power walk, make sure you're power walking. Now, I know that all of this, like I've said on point 1, we said, do make sure you get your rest in. So you might be thinking, how am I going to fit all this in? Well, you haven't got to be an hour of everything. I do cover with my clients when they come in, I do a good mobility section, so make sure that we're all moving well. And then we go into a good strength section that is specifically targeted to on a postural way especially, and then we also make sure that we do stretch at the end, and we do offer yoga as well for that as well, some yoga stretches in there. I tend to incorporate more yoga stretches as well with postmenopausal ladies. Along with all that, your balance, because of the, again, with the hormonal changes, some of the things that happen in the ear and the brain, then it starts to have an effect on your balance, as well as those muscular bone density changes. So balance is really important. And again, incorporating that. So how I get that into a program is I start to do more unilateral strength work as well. So maybe instead of doing your deadlifts with both, then we would do single leg deadlift, down and lift. So we are combining. So it doesn't mean you have to spend more time in the gym. You just have to work smart in the gym so that you're ticking all these boxes off. And so also if you're doing your program on your own without a trainer, make sure you're working at your own pace. We often like to buddy up with somebody, and the pressure can be on to attend on those days that you're feeling really fatigued. And I said, like before, that if you are feeling fatigued, then you can be compromised as well with your injury. You'll be more susceptible to injury, so making sure you get that rest there. But yeah, don't work to your friend's pace. Make sure you work into your own pace. Don't try and save face here. This isn't a time to do that. You will get stronger, you will get fitter, you'll continue to see your progress, as you always have in your life. This is not a regression phase. I must highlight this. This is not a place that you are never going to get forward again in your progression. Absolutely not. In fact, blasting your goals. You can blast your personal bests through the menopause. So This is by no means, this is just telling you, advising you how to structure so that you get through this as smoothly as you can. And it really is about balancing your life with this. So this is all about your exercise today. So we want to make sure that we are hydrated. So don't allow yourself, 3 don'ts, don't allow yourself to get dehydrated, because this, again, estrogen falling can have an effect on hydration levels. So it's more important for that, because if not, your recovery will suffer as well. So your hydration needs to be there for your recovery post-exercise, through exercise, drink all the way, keep going as you would, as you are supposed to normally, but we do allow it to slip. So keep the hydration levels going, because as I say, the joint stiffness, the joint pains, your hot flashes, everything will be so much better if you're hydrated. It's really important, and they're not massive things for you to do. They're absolutely so achievable for us to do. So the other thing is, if you want to, do another type of exercise class and change your exercise class, you might have a strength training program and you might have a goal to get somewhere. But I promise you that if you're making it fun on those days that you are tired and think, but I want to do something, I know I want to do something, but I can't do what I usually do, then jump in and try a dance class, a dance workout, a salsa, a zumba, a rave fit, whatever it is. Jump in and have fun, because that will boost your motivation levels for other times, and we really need to keep that motivation up. This is the most important part of your well-being right now for that. So so you just have to make sure that you're going at your own pace. So rest when you're feeling tired. You have to hydrate yourself, have fun things to do. Don't just go to the gym and push yourself when you're not feeling like doing something, the same program. Go and have a bit of fun if you still feel you've got the energy. The do's there you don't see: energy crashes, muscle soreness. Don't overdo it. Do not overdo it. Choose a variety to assist and support what is happening in your body. Being bone compromised, you need more cardiovascular work and flexibility. But again, like I said, with that, don't think you've got to do more exercise. You can split them into 20 minute sections here and there. Split it in the day as well. So times that I felt, if I tell you a little bit of how the experience that I've seen is that if you get up in the morning and you go and do a bit of cardio, okay, because we can wake up feeling groggy sometimes. Get up in the morning, go and do that bit of cardio, even if it's a low impact interval training in the house for 15 minutes. That will give you energy levels to go on through the day, okay? Then if you want, and you think you have a program, a gym program, then go and do that gym program in the afternoon. Make your gym programs a little bit shorter as well. Don't go in thinking, so previously I would have gone in every day and I've done about 9 exercises. I'd have probably gone for a run before and done other stuff. Now I split it up. At the moment I do cardio one day, I'm going and I'm doing, so I'm doing strength training another, and cutting the exercise down, but I'm pushing my weights higher for doing that as well. So play with it. Get a trainer to play with that for you and get you the right formula that's working for you on each individual day, because you won't feel the same 2 days running. You won't. Some days you'll feel like you can run marathons. And for me, I feel like that the energy level goes whoosh, whoosh, whoosh through the sky for about 2.5 weeks. And that is amazing. I can't tell you how great that is. You just it's up to you then. You can go with it and give it all you got, but you will crash and burn at the end. So I would go up a little bit, come down a bit, up, down, and play with that, get in your, so how I work it in my work life, because I'm in exercise, is that one day I'll be doing more physical stuff, the next day I'll do more admin stuff, the other day I'll do more physical, the next day I'll do more admin. So fluctuating things and being sensible, because you want to stay, you want to be able to maintain. And I have to say, right, I'm going to finish it here, is that I feel physically fitter than I've ever done in my whole life. So this is by no means a time for anyone to feel depressed down. If you getting the right advice, support for you, and that's what I suggest. If you are feeling rough, you get the right support advice for you. And there are not many, but there are a few that are specialised in this area. Myself, I am immersed in training into third age woman right now. I've experienced a lot of time with ladies over the last 10-15 years who've been going through this, so I've had the experience of working with people like that. But I wanted to dig deeper, because it doesn't end at when the menopause is over. It carries on, and we need to know what to do when it carries on. We need to know how we are going to feel, and knowledge then makes you feel more powerful, doesn't it? So, and I want to share that knowledge with you. So let's go today. I'm going to do a lovely yoga now. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. I've got a dash. Bye. Thank you. Any questions, put them below. Hit the bell if you want to be notified for my lives in future. Thank you.